Welcome back to another video of October Tech. In the last video, we already discussed how we can create a search view and how we can search in different fields, etc. So also we discussed different types of fields in the previous videos. If you are not watched, please do watch. Today we are going to discuss about the relational. As you know, Odoo already have different kind of data types like char, float, int, etc. that we already discussed in previous episodes. Along with that, Odoo introduced its own data types like Many2One, One2many, and Many2many. That is we generally called relational fields. So today we can discuss about relational fields inside Odoo. So let us check. This is our student management system that we already started from the previous videos. So let me log in. So this is our application. So we already created the student module. We have the student data. Suppose here we are going to create student record. Suppose Arjun is a student. Suppose in our student management system, every student belongs to a particular department. Then we can just map the department here in this student form. Suppose if you put it as a character field, everywhere we want to type the student department in something like a characters. So there's a chance of getting let us try it out. Suppose I just put a department as a character field. In this student management system, let us define a character field. So as you know, this is our student management module. I get into that. And inside this model, I can have the student PI. So here I am just going to define another character field, like department is equal to fields.char. The same way that we defined in our previous videos. So here I am just telling this is our department, okay, and I just adding this field inside our form view, student form view. Let us put it near to joining date. So here I can put fields name equal to department. I just put it here, and let me upgrade the same. I'm just upgrading. So let us see how it will work. I'm just reloading. I'm getting some internal servers. So here department is not defined. So let me check my code. Department is here. Student. Okay, here I just want to put a string. Otherwise, it's automatically take the same character that we defined in this field definition. So otherwise, I can just put it like this way. So every time if you are getting any errors, just look into the log. It will detailedly explain what actually happened in our application. I'm just upgrading again. So now it is upgraded and just reloading. Yeah, now it is come up with this department. Suppose I put a department like IT, information technology. It may be some engineering related field, so I can put it IT, information technology, easy for electronics and communication. Like that way, I can just put some department here. So I can just put department as IT for this Arjun. So I just come back to my other records. I can put department as small letter IT here. So I have the freedom because it's a character field. I can put anything here. Another record, maybe I just put it as IT, capital I, small t. So in this situation, everywhere is department, but all we mentioned is that IT. But the thing is that somehow it is somewhere it is small letter and somewhere it is capital letter. So if you want to realize that, we just come to our search area. As we discussed in the previous video, we can define a new grouping department. So let us check how it will group. Then we will get an idea about how it will behave. So like in our search view, the same search view that we defined in the last video. I'm just coming to student list view, and this is a search view. Here you can see some group condition like that. I just put my variable here for time being. I just copying and pasting the same filter here and changing field name to department, group by department name, and this name I just change to department, and here I want to choose department. So it's done. So let us upgrade and see. So I'm just reloading. In the search view, I can have group to a department. So if I group it, you can see different IT. So here you can see capital IT and small IT. So for avoiding this kind of data issues and all, we can use Many2One field here. So let us see what's the difference between this scatter field and Many2One field. So I just changing this department field to Many2One. So let us name it as Many2One. Many2One. If you're defining a Many2One, we just mentioned from where we want to pick this data. So we define this student model here, right? So this model collect all student data information. Like that way, we should create another model for holding all the department information. For that, I just creating a new Python file and name it as department.py. So here I can define another model. We can just copy and paste the same here because the syntax is same everywhere. So I just copy and paste. I just import the necessary libraries and define the class. And here instead of the student, I can change it to department info. Let us say it as department info. So I just changing this to dpt.info. I just shorten that. And description, I can put it as department info. Okay, this is my department model. I just importing the same to our init.py from dot import department. So it's done. Again, come back to department here. So for time being, we just want to show only the name, department name. So I just put only name here, name equal to fields dot char. So this field hold the department name, like so name string equal to name. So in this model holds the department name. Okay. So let us come back to our main model student. So here I already defined this department. Here I just want to mention where I want to point. I want to point and pick from this model. So I just copy and paste the same information as first parameter. I just put it here, department info. Then I can just put my string name, string equal to department. So we already created this department model and added a Many2One field department here in our main model, student model. So what will happen is this department will pick one of the record from this department model. So let us check after upgrading. So let us upgrade first and reloading. Getting some errors like input syntax invalid. So because we already created this field as character field, as you know, we already defined as character field. There is some data already added in the database table. If you want to define the same field name, we just want to clear the data first. For now, let us change the field name. So let us say it as ID, department ID. So one thing is that as per the naming convention, we just want to use underscore ID for all Many2One field definitions for better understanding for the developers. So I just copying this department.id and putting it here, like here in the grouping I just changed the field name from department to department ID, and here also where it is, yeah, here it is. So I just copying and pasting department ID. Okay, done. Let us update it again and see what is the difference. So let's reload. Let's come up with the department as a Many2One. Here we can see no group currently allows this operation. So as you know, we define this department as a new model. We should define some security rules as we did for the student model. So let us come back to our security folder here is the security folder. I just open this security file. As you see here, I can see my student user securities. If you have any doubt on this access, just check my previous videos. Then I user student, I just change to department DPT. Okay, so just changes to DPT, and student, instead of the student user, I just choose it to DPT user. Model change, and the base user have read, write, and read, and the base group user have permission to read, permission to write, permission to create, and permission to unlink. We just disable, we don't want to allow this user to delete. Okay, so it is done. Let us check after upgrading again. Yeah, just reloading, getting another internal server error. What is that? The module student management file would not be processed. Model DPT in the field one. So some data issue. DPT. So model name is not fine. Let us check the model name. So it's not DPT, it's DPT info. So I just copying and pasting to model. So done. Okay. Yeah, just reloading. If I type IT here, it will ask, do you want to create this record, because it is not there in this model. So do you want to create it? If I want to create it, I can just press enter. So IT is created. For Optura, I am serving it. I just opening Arjun's record, and here if when I'm clicking here, it will automatically list the available department. So it's IT is here. So I don't want to put IT. So I just put it to as EC, electronics and communication. So it's not here. So I just creating the new department. Like that, it's easy to assign this department for all students. Like, see, I can put choose any one of this IT or AC for another student. Suppose I type something, it will suggest based on the input. So I using I, there's only one option, IT. So this is what we called Many2One field. So let us check how in backend what's happening for this process. So as you know, we have a student model, right? This may be the student model. Student model. And here, as you know, we have this name and all information. Name is here. All other fields are here. Lastly, I just added new field. What we called department. Department ID. This is the last column we added. So here is another table for the department info. dpt.info. Okay, let us say it as dpt. Here we have only the name field. Along with that, each table have some ID column. Just putting as ID. Here also I just putting as ID. So in this way, the table arranged in the database side. So here, first record we created as IT. Okay, IT. So here, as you know, Optura. Here so some records. One is Optura, maybe. Two is Arjun. Three is something else. Like that way, we have multiple records. So here what will happen is, when I am creating a new recording department, IT is created with the database ID 1, and this ID will be saved here as a foreign key. Next I created EC, so it is created as ID 2. The 2 will be saved here for Arjun. Suppose I put it as EC for the Arjun record. So this is 2, this is 1. Suppose if I put another record, fourth record, it's some ABC or something here. If I put EC, I can just put 2 here. It will automatically be mapped by Odoo itself. This is how it works in the backend. Many2One is nothing. It's a foreign key in the database level. Hope you understood the working of Many2One. So next relation field is One2many. So let us check how a One2many record works. So at the time of joining, Arjun may have some certifications like some graduations or something. Some certification has some HSC or something. So we want to record it in this student record. So how we can record multiple information inside the same record, specifically for this Arjun. So that is that kind of situation. We can just use One2many fields. So another relation field. Let us check how we can define and use One2many fields. Let us come back to our student model again. So we can just open our student record. So as you can see, this is our Many2One record that we already created before. Adding another field, certificate info, cert info. Let us name it, shorten this like cert underscore info. IDs, we can use IDs because multiple record may be connected with this field. So as per the coding standard, we can use underscore IDs fields dot one to many. Then I can just define the model from where I want to pick this information, or from where I want to store this information. Because in this scenario, the student Arjun has some certification we want to store and map with Arjun. So let us create a new file here. We can name it as cert info.py. So I just copying and pasting the same model information. Otherwise, you can type it. For easy of coding, you can just copy and use it. I just imported the required headers, and here I just name it as cert info. And inserting models.model, and the model name I can just put it as cert.info. Certificate info. Name it as a description like this. I just want to keep a name field here. Name means we just want to mention which type of certificate is this. And another field is binary field attachment. Attach equal to fields dot binary. I just put it as attachment. So if you have any doubt on this field, just watch my previous videos. We already discussed about this field. So I just added here, and here I just importing into my init file from dot import set info, and yeah, done. I'm just coming back to my field definition. Here I can just put this model name because this is the model where I just want to save the certificate information of Arjun's record. I just put here, and this is up to this it is same as Many2One. Compared to Many2One, there is one difference, like we want to mention the inverse relations here, because we are connecting all this certificate information to a particular student. So we want to connect that foreign key in the certificate info. So here we want to define a foreign key to map student. So let us name it as student underscore ID equal to fields dot Many2One, and I just map inverse relation here, student dot student, because ideally it's a Many2One inside this certificate info. So I don't want to show this field anywhere, so I just putting as Many2One minimum parameters, and this student ID just want to put it here as an inverse relation. This is inverse relation. I will explain how it is work. So here I just put it as certificates. Okay. So this certificate information I just want to show as a next tab of this notebook. Okay. So let us come to our view, student view. So here, as you can see, notebook tag is here. I just defining another page, string equal to what we can say, certificate. Page to post. Then I can just define my field name equal to, so that if certificate name is certain for its student view, so I define the fields here, and yeah, let us come back and update. And reloading. So here again we got some security warning. You cannot allow this operation because we didn't define security access for this certificate. So I just copy and so just copy for temporary here. I just put I'm using the same user dpt certificate cert user. Based on our requirement, we can just change this parameter to control any level of access in this model. This is our model name. Done. Yeah. Come back here and upgrading. So we can have this certificate here. I can add any column. Here I can just put HSC or something. So here you can see an field. It's automatically loaded with Arjun's record. So where we want to connect this record, that what actually this inverse relation. This is the inverse relation field. So ideally it will handle Odoo itself from backend. We don't want to change or do anything for that. So I just attaching some attachment here. So a.ss something attached and 7. So that record has saved here. So that record saved here. So we can save the multiple records here. Suppose SSLC or something, some certificate. I can just upload the data here and I can save it. So currently 2 record saved for this student Arjun. I just saved and coming back to if I open any one of these record, I can't able to see this data here. This is specifically mapped with Arjun's record. That mapping has been done using this inverse relation. Suppose if we change this, it will map to that student actually. So that's why we don't want to put this relational inverse relational field into view. So we can define our own views from this student. So this is our definition, field definition. Here I just clearing this opening and closing, and I can just mention which are the field I want to show in UI side. So just define preview, it's editable preview, bottom certificate name, date is not there, and only attachment I think. So let us open name and attach. This is the 2 things we want to show under student view. And this actually editable bottom, that means we don't want to pull up a form view for that. So let's just reload it. Again, internal server coming back. What happened? Cert name does not exist. Okay, let us check. It's only name actually in certificate. See, only is the name. It's not, there is no cert name. So instead of cert name, I just put it as name. Okay, again upgrading. Come back to our browser. So it is shown like this. This is the 2 files attached here. I can add another some Red Hat certification. So we can directly upload from here. I can choose the file and save it. So like that way we can save and hold multiple attachments or information against S. So like that way we can hold multiple information, multiple records inside a single form view. For that we are using one-to-many records. So let us check how it will map in database side. So let us check how it is mapped in the database side. So as you can see, I just defining my tables like this is our student record. This is our certificate record. Model, not record actually, it's a model certificate. So in this certificate we can have this as you know, there is an ID along with that. Name is here and attachment is there. So here what will happen is we already defined a one-to-many here in this student record. but there is no change in database side because there is no field added in the DB side. So let us say there is ID, some name is there, lot of information. Okay. So as part of one-to-many, we are not adding any columns inside this student model. Instead of that, we are adding one column in this certificate that's called student ID. Student ID. We already added here. So as you know, here is one is Arjun, 2, 3, 4. Like that way, there is a lot of records. So we are adding one record as we add before HSC certificate. We already added for this Arjun. What will happen is if you open and add a certificate in the certificate record from the form view of Arjun, it will automatically map the student ID as 1. And here it is generating a new record. Here we can name HSC is created here, and some attachment is added here. This is what will happen. The when you open the Arjun's record, what will happen is Odoo automatically pull out this HSC record then the form view. Suppose if you add a second record what we added it's SSLC or something. SSLC, it's a second record. Here also I mapped, here also Odoo mapped with the record ID 1. So this record ID mapped with these two records. When opening the form view, it will automatically map the particular records and display accordingly. For that, we are using this inverse relation. So now you understand how a one-to-many field is working. So next field is many-to-many. So many-to-many is the third relation field of Odoo. As we discussed, Many2One used to connect a single record with the main model, and One2many is used to connect multiple record with a single record or single form view. So in perspective of that, if you want to connect multiple record with multiple form or source record, in that scenario, how we can handle? That will handled by many-to-many relation field. So let's check how we can use many-to-many relation fields in Odoo. So let us consider an example. So this is our student form view, right? Suppose that student has some activities like sports activities like cricket or football or something. So we want to map that activities for this particular student. So we want to allocate a sports activity here. So suppose if you assign cricket for a specific Arjun or some student, we just want to assign the same for another student, right? So all are football or all are playing football or cricket. This is not specifically for a particular student. So in that situation, we can use many-to-many records. So let us come to our ID in student. Let us create a new relational fields here. Sports ID is equal to fields dot many-to-many. Here I can define the model name. So this is not an existing model. For we didn't create any sports master model. So we want to define a new model, the sports master. Let's say the sports master. But we don't have this model. For that, I am just going to create a new model, new file, student sports master .py. Inside that, I just defining my basic details. Model sports master. I just open my student again here. Sports master. Model name I just put sports master. Sports. So currently we only keeping this name. So in which sports actually the student is interested or already has some experience. Then I define the model. So from this model, I want to pick and map with the student main form. Next is relation field. Relation field holds the mapping data. So let us say it as student sports underscore rel. We are using underscore rel for relation field for a better understanding in database side. And next is the columns that we are going to define inside this relation field. First column is student id, and second column is sports id. So this is a mapping table. So okay, so this is a field, many to many field definition. So let us put this into our form view. And again, I am coming to this certificate. Next to this page, I just putting a new page string equal to sports. Okay, identify page and close. I can define my fields here. Field dot name equal to or student sports IDs. Sports IDs. Okay, I defined it. I just upgrade it. So along with that, we should define the security. I actually missed that. So we can add a security for this certificate. More certificate. Sports master. Sports master. User underscore sports. I'm just going to say new model underscore the model. So this process already we discussed in detail on previous videos. Please do watch it if you have any doubt on this security access. And that's it. Say. Okay. So let me upgrade again. Reloading. Getting some errors. Student field process section ID not found. Model not found. Model sports master is our model. Student sports master is here. So we didn't import it here. That's why from dot import sports master. So done. So whenever defining any Python file, please do import it in the init.py. Otherwise, you will get some this kind of errors. So done. So I just opening Arjun's record. I can see sports here. I can define. Here I can pick from my list. Here nothing because we didn't create it. So just put cricket. Save it. So cricket already had it. I can add another one. So we already created cricket. It's not showing here. It is because we already added here. If you remove it, you can see when you are adding another. So it's showing like this. If you want to create new ones like football, you can say close. It's already football here. You can add cricket, football available. You can add available sports here. If you don't want, just close it. If you want to add multiple, you can just using this boolean, you can add multiple in single click. If I added cricket, football here, I can add the same in other records. Like here also, I can add sports, cricket or football, whatever you can add. Because this cricket is connected with this Ranjit's records and Arjun's record. So this is actually a many-to-many field. So many-to-many field is used to cross connect with the multiple records. So these all are the available relation fields inside Odoo. If you have any doubt, please do connect with us or comment below. Thank you.